What is up, everybody? It's Podcast Gameoverse, episode 055 for Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. It's your boy, Sabi Ice Cream. In the corner over there, my dude, Rick.
Yo, guys, what's up? Before we start, if I can say really quick, that song, fucking banger, dude. I fucking vibe a little bit every show. I'm not even kidding. I vibe a little bit every show when I hear that song.
Dude, I've been fucking around in the FL studio a little bit.
I saw that.
Just dicking around. I don't know. I like to go in there and just like whenever just something hits, I'll just lay something down for like an hour and then just throw it away for like a couple months and then come back to it like, oh right, that was this thing I was like dicking around with. And then like, I don't know, sometimes something will hit me and I'll just like bang something out real quick and
if you keep up that pace, we'll have your new mixtape in like 10 years.
That's how I work, man. That's just how I work. I don't know. It's I don't know. There's been a lack of inspiration lately, especially with people trying to turn the world into like a real life fucking Ubisoft game. So
Oh God, you're not wrong. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about some fucking video games.
Yes.
Unless you guys want to talk about that. I mean, I don't know how many of our listeners are actually in the US. But
no, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, all right. We got quite a bit to go over, man. Mainly, we got to finish our Game of the Year list from our last show, and a couple little small announcements here and there. So there's quite a bit to go over, man. I'm excited. But
Yeah.
First, like, what have you been playing, man?
Nothing. I tried to like take a little break. I tried to take a little break from games, just a little bit. I don't know. I was trying to just get into like a little comfort zone at the like during the holidays and at the beginning of the year here. So I just been playing like just comfort games like Phantasy Star Online, like the classic, some PSO2, just like some Zelda. I loaded up like Axiom Verge for some reason. So like I'm playing a little bit of that. Just like old stuff, just comfort games, just stuff that makes me feel good. Just games I like. Donkey Kong Country. Watched a lot of Games Done Quick. Games Done Quick was going on last week. So I watched a lot of that.
Any highlights you want to talk about, or?
Yeah, they had a good Beat Saber stream. It's cool when they do the because they're not doing like the shit. They're not doing it like on location anymore. They're doing like it's like online based.
Yeah.
So they bring in a lot of cool stuff that they wouldn't be able to do if
Like
people
on
had
location.
Yeah. So they had a full like VR Beat Saber stream, where the girl just had her whole room just green screened out, and she was just in there virtual, just doing Beat Saber stuff. That one was really cool. There was a guy who did the Celeste C tapes, the C sides. He did the whole thing deathless using a DDR thing.
Holy shit!
DDR
What?
machine. That shit was fucking crazy. There was a Super Mario 35. They had 4 speedrunners like competing to see who can get the most wins in Super Mario 35 for like an hour and a half. That was really entertaining. Yeah, there was really cool stuff. There was an Ori and Will o' the Wisp race.
Oh, that's really cool. I love seeing those races because, like,
Yeah,
I think there's more pressure there, and it's more entertaining, like having like different screens of different players and like watching how each of them try to tackle something.
What was crazy about the races was most of the races were like they were super like neck and neck. Like there was a Donkey Kong Country one that they were like fucking neck and neck the entire time. the Ori one, they were neck and neck the entire time. So like
Oh, that's so cool.
it was just really like edge of your seat, like, oh god, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
See that's I think races are like more exciting than just watching a single player like speed run. Like those are cool. Don't get me wrong, but I like the competition that comes with a race, and I think that's more intense because you get that neck and neck like you're just describing right now.
Yeah. So they've got all of that archived in their YouTube. You just search AGDQ 2021, and they got a full playlist of the entire week, so you can watch them all back. Really good stuff in there. But yeah, that's all I've been doing. What about you? I know you now look, I don't know if you've I don't know if you've partaken in the sweet sugars of the ripe fruit that is called Outer Wilds, but I know you did purchase the game.
You're gonna okay. Let me start the story with another story.
Okay, okay.
I did buy the game. I did download it. I had full intention to play it and talk about it at this podcast. But then I realized River City Girls was on a Game Pass.
Oh my gosh.
So don't shame me. I have the game. I promise I will get to it. I promise. And when I get to it and I finish it, we will have a whole Outer Wilds podcast just for you, because actually it'll probably be for me too, because this game is like, if this game warrants as much discussion as you claim it does, I'm going to want to talk about it when I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I promise. I know exactly how you feel. I've bought Undertale for 2 different people this holiday season. Neither of them have even fucking started it. And I bought them the fucking game. So, like, I bought it with the full intention of like talking to them about it. Well, you play Undertale, I'll play Outer Wilds.
All right.
But
I played Undertale. I just haven't the thing about Undertale is that that's a game that's ruined by that game got too big too fast. That's a game that's just ruined by the fandom.
I totally agree, dude. Like, I almost didn't play it because the fan base is so annoying. But a buddy of mine, she was like, "No, it's really good. Like, you gotta play it. Like, the cringy fan base, just ignore them. Don't stay off the internet for a little bit. Beat the game." And the game is really good. Like, I think Undertale is something really special, and I think it deserves a lot of the praise it gets. But the fan base is goddamn, and it's still going strong. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if you guys listen to Super Eye Patch Wolf, but he's a YouTuber and podcaster who's way bigger than us. He has a whole video dedicated to like the Undertale rabbit hole, and it's insane, and it's still going today.
Yeah.
And it's not a short video; it's like a 40-minute video, like explaining the Undertale fandom, and it's unsettling. How could I word this? It's impressive and unsettling at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's a great game. And I promise I will get to Outer Wilds soon. I promise I will. And I do want to play it. It's just I have so many other games right now, especially now that like my PC, like I got my PC back. You know, I can start playing games again. And I have like this backlog I want to clear up too, like games I've already been playing that I want to finish. But I'm probably gonna knock that out. I'm probably gonna play Outer Wilds this week. Like, how long is Outer Wilds? Like, how fast can I beat that game?
That's a difficult question, because it really depends on how dumb you are. It's a puzzle game. It's like The Witness, but better. But it's about like 12 hours max, I think. You lose all sense of time.
It's funny you say that because like when The Witness came out, you were like into it. Like I remember you really liked The Witness.
Yeah. Oh, The Witness is great. I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's a puzzle ass puzzle game. Like that's a game that's
yeah.
just puzzle. Whereas Outer Wilds just has this extremely cohesive story that um that motivates you to keep playing. Whereas The Witness, um, once you get stuck, you're like, fuck, man. Like, it's that. But
I'll
um,
definitely give it a shot. I mean, I bought the fucking game, so I'll get to it soon.
yeah.
According to howlongtobeat.com, Outer Wilds is the consensus. The main story is about 15 and a half hours long. So you must be some super genius if you're beating it in 12. If you're pulling
Well, if you're
3 hours
like,
below the par time.
does that say like completionist or
Completionist is about 23 hours is the
okay?
consensus. This is after rating like 400 players.
Okay. Well, it really
So
depends on how you play. Like it's one of those games where you gotta like rack your brain a little bit. But it's like super rewarding.
I'm fine with that, man. Like I want something a little bit more rewarding. I could definitely pick it up. I picked it up. What the fuck am I saying? It's on my list. I definitely want to play it, but now that I got this more powerful computer, I want to go back to Control because now that's gonna look a lot better on this rig. I don't know. I will play Outer Wilds though. I'll do it for you. I'll do this a favor to you because I know you want to talk to someone about this, and according to what you told me, you literally have no one to talk to about, it. And I know how that feels.
Yeah. Just saying, man. Just saying. Nothing else matters.
All right, I will play it. I'll play it tonight, and I'll give you updates on it in the morning.
All right.
But it's on my list. I've been playing that. I've been playing Diablo. I got back into the new season now. I'm trying to catch up with that. I still have I think about a month or two left in that season. I can't remember, so that's good. I still have time to catch up and hit all the season journey stuff. But
Gross.
yeah, man, I'm excited. What do you mean gross? Diablo's fucking dope. Fuck you. No, I was talking to a buddy of mine about Diablo, and we mentioned like we talk a lot of shit about the game, like while we're playing it, but we still like love it. Like a buddy of mine, side story here. A buddy of mine, he had a Switch. He just got a Switch, and he's always hitting me up like what kind of games he should get, like what I think about some of these games because he knows about like my podcast. He knows about like how I try to pay attention to what comes out. And he asked me, he's like, "Hey, this game Diablo 3 is on sale. Have you heard of it? Is it good?"
Nice.
And I went on like a 30-minute rant about like Diablo, and he's like, "Oh, well, how's the story?" I was like, "Oh, the story's fucking awful." But and I started explaining the stuff I do like about it, but I started complaining about like some of the RNG stuff that I hate and some of the other like shitty ways that the RNG can totally fuck you. And he listens to me and he's just like, "So I should skip on it then?" I was like, "Oh no, the game's great, man. I can pick it up." Oh, it's so bad. Like, I don't know. I love Diablo, but I talk a lot of shit about it because I love it so much. And that's what I've been playing, man. Just Diablo and River City Girls.
All right. That's a match made in heaven right there. Or
I mean, I
hell.
like beat 'em ups. I like beat 'em ups, man. Like, it's not a strange. I've never. I've always talked about how like I like action games like Devil May Cry, and those are basically just like beat 'em ups, but in 3D.
Yeah. No, those games are good. River City Girls is good. They did speed run that in GDQ as well. So
I really like it. I fucking hate it at the beginning because the game like gives you so little. Like you're super underpowered in the beginning and you're getting your ass kicked.
yeah.
But if you keep playing through it, you unlock more moves, you bump up your stats, you start getting more combo potential. The game gets a lot more fun.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Actually
get your ass kicked lot in
they
the
they
beginning.
did a speedrun of that in GDQ, and also the developers were in there from Way Forward.
Oh yeah.
They were like giving like trivia about what like how the game was made, or like what made them do like put certain characters in and stuff like that. So I always find that interesting, like developer commentary. Um, so yeah, if you're interested
Yeah,
in
dude, I'm the same way. Like I love seeing stuff like that.
but
I love seeing stuff like that, just getting like behind the scenes, like look at it, and I listened to a developer talk about like Vampire the Masquerade, and like he still answers questions about like the development process of it now. It's really cool. I love shit like that.
all right, well, should we get into this top 10 now?
Yeah, yeah,
I
man, I'm
always
down.
say that I guess I'm the one that played most of the games here, so
You did.
it's probably gonna be like my top 10.
I mean, there's a couple that I played, but I don't know if they count because most of them were like, even though they're new games, technically, like a good chunk of them are like remasters or like re-releases of older games. So I don't know if those count.
Oh,
But I want to start this list off with Hades. Like that game is. I've been going back and forth, man. I think Hades
Hades at
might be
number
my game
10.
of the year. Shut the fuck up. Like I don't know where we're gonna put it, but that's the game. Let me go through the games I've played.
Okay, okay.
And we could go from there because I have my list is much shorter than yours. So I've played Hades, Doom Eternal. Number one's probably gonna be Hades, honestly, for me. But Phasmophobia is another one I played, which I really liked. I don't think that game got enough attention this year. I really like that one. I played Fall Guys, which I don't feel deserves to be on the list, if I'm being honest with you.
I
Um,
agree.
Animal Crossing, Super Mario 35, which is fun as shit. Like that game is so much fun, and I'm gonna be so sad when it leaves in March. I also played Streets of Rage 4, that also came out this year, and that's also another excellent. But that's it for the new games, quote unquote, that I played this year.
Okay, so um, let's get rid of Fall Guys.
Absolutely, I agree. Fall Guys should not be on that list. I mean, here's the thing, dude. I had a lot of the game has a lot of potential, but they didn't capitalize on their because that game was really popular when it came out. They didn't capitalize on that. They didn't release. I don't think they released enough new content to keep the game engaging. And by the time they did release new content, all the excitement had died out. People had moved on to like Among Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's. I'm sure if they had kept up with it, we'd be singing a different tune now. But even now, like jumping a little bit ahead here in the show, like with them announcing, like, oh, here's some Doom inspired stuff coming to Fall Guys. It's like a little too late now, isn't it?
It's just like skins and stuff, which
Yeah,
I don't really, doesn't enhance my enjoyment of the game.
exactly. And like this is
Uh,
coming from someone like I love fucking Doom. Like Doom 2016 was my game of the year 2016. Doom Eternal would have been my game of the year 2020 if like Hades hadn't come out. Um and even that's like not enough to get me to go back into Fall Guys. Like so what does that say?
um, let's see. Super Mario 35.
That one's really good. I kind of debated putting it on the list because it's Super Mario 1. It is Super Mario 1. It's the same game, but the gimmick is, it's like a battle royale. So you're playing through the game. When you collect coins and stuff, you could fuck with other people who are playing with you. So you're all 35 people are playing through Super Mario 1. You can play through whatever you want, but the gimmick, again, is as you earn coins, you kill stuff. that talks with other players' games that they're playing through. And it gets so crazy playing through these familiar levels, and random enemies are showing up, obstacles are showing up that didn't used to be there. It's a lot of fun, man. I was surprised how much fun I was having with it. It's a lot like Tetris 99, but with Mario, and I'm okay with that. I got number one a couple times, and I shit myself with how excited I was. Like that's what I knew. Like I like this game because I was so excited and like cheering when I won. So that's why I wanted to put it on the list because it's a really fun experience that I had in 20.
I haven't gotten to play it yet, and
Yeah, I know. Oh, I feel so bad for you.
I probably will never get to play it. Actually, here's the thing: I found out that my Switch does work. The battery is just dead. Um, so I turned it on the other day, right? And I was like, "Oh shit!" The fucking thing turned out. I had it on the dock for like months, and I was like, "I wonder if this thing is just like turn on." And it turned on, but here's the problem: is I didn't have the SD card in it. Uh, so like whatever, like I only had like a short amount of juice. Um, I've got it. Oh, here's the problem: I got it in a mode that it doesn't charge very quickly. It charges very slowly in the mode it's in right now. Um, so I have to like get it to boot to the home screen, and then it'll fully charge. Um, but I booted it up without the SD card in it, so it wouldn't like it wouldn't fully boot. So I kind of fucked up, and I got to recharge it again, which I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it on for a week, and then anyway, I don't think I'm gonna be able to play Super Mario 35 before they remove it from the fucking
I mean, you got
store.
till March, man. You got till March, right? So I think you can give it a shot, and you'll see like how much fun it is. I don't fucking understand, dude. Like mini rant, I don't understand why you gotta take it down. It's a digital game, like it's popular. Find a way to like monetize it and keep it up there, man. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's Nintendo shit, man. Nintendo does what
It is.
Nintendo does. So
It's Nintendo shit, like at its peak, dude. This is peak Nintendo bullshit right here. And don't
so
even
they
get me
did.
started on the fucking Mario All Stars collection. Like I'm not even gonna fucking touch that fucking time
What
bomb.
turned me around on Super Mario 35 was they played it. They played it at Games Done Quick, and they had like the top Mario speedrunners. They had Cosmic was in there, who's like the world record holder for Super Mario World right now, and like three other guys who I never heard of, but they were also very good. And yeah, they were just explaining like everything they were doing to like uh to be competitive in the game, and I was like, man, this is really deeper than I thought it was.
Dude, it
So
really is. And like
like when the time starts counting down, what they would do is when you take a hit, the timer stops for like a split second. So they would like continuously take hits, get a mushroom, take a hit, get a mushroom, take a hit. So the timer will like stop for like a femtosecond and just give them like an extra chance of outliving the last guy. And then when they go down a pipe, it would pause for like a femtosecond. Um, like the little micro strategies that they employ when it gets down to the wire is like crazy.
dude, it's really good and it's cool because like if you know Super Mario Brothers, which I don't, like I think Mario on the NES is, in my opinion, the worst Mario game. Um and just because like Mario World, Mario 3, just there's such big improvements on it. But if you know Mario, like you have an advantage here. If you know where like the hidden blocks are, if you know where some of the hidden shit is, the warp pipes are, you could get an advantage over other players, and it's good, dude. It's a lot of fun. I was surprised how into it I got.
Do you think Super Mario 35 is top 10 material?
I got to hear the other 10,
All
but
right.
it's
Well,
definitely it was one of the best experiences I've had this year in gaming. For
here's
sure.
what I have at number 10. All right.
Okay.
Um, tell me why.
Now, tell me why is a very different experience. This is why I hate top tens, because we're looking at like different experiences here.
Yeah.
But tell me why is a very different experience from Mario 35. So much so that it's kind of embarrassing having this conversation. But as someone who played it, what did you think of it? Maybe if I hear your opinions of it, I can
I
justify
thought
my part of this better.
I thought it was a very compelling story. Now the game that's there, uh, is bare. But I mean, it's a narrative driven. You know, it's one of those narrative driven games. So
Yeah,
the gameplay that's there is typically very weak in those. I mean, they did have some moments where there were some unique mechanics where like you had a storybook and there were puzzles involving these lengthy stories that you open up the book and like read all the story and then you had to like choose what characters did what. Um, that was interesting, but that was kind of all there was. Um, and then there were like mechanics with the twins who like remember things differently, and you had to choose a path based on whose memory you thought was more accurate. Um, that was kind of it in that game. You play that for the story. The story was okay. You know, it takes a while to get into, but um, I think from what I know about Super Mario 35, I think that is a more worthy number 10.
I have to agree with you on that, just because, like, don't get me wrong, I like the storytelling aspect of these like Telltale style. I say Telltale style, but Telltale aren't the only ones who do it. But with these like adventure story driven games, don't get me wrong, I think it's a cool idea. But if we're talking about like gameplay value, 35 definitely has that
Yeah,
overtone play.
yeah. All right, so put up, you get this up so you can actually see the list here. So Super Mario 35 coming in at number 10 for now. These might shift around once
Yeah,
we see the rest of these, but
yeah, it's totally possible. Guys, if you have opinions you want to share with us, go ahead, man. Spit that shit out in the chat. We
throw them
can
in the
definitely
chat if you think
consider
we're
it.
missing something, if we're fucking up. Um,
Or there's something we didn't consider. If there's like something about Tell Me Why that we didn't consider, let us know.
yeah,
This is we do this live, so we take advantage of that.
yeah. Gameoverse.com/Twitch. Gameoverse.com/Discord. Jump in there. Let us know. All right. Um, Phasmophobia. Did we talk about that last week?
We mentioned it a little bit. I don't think we went into too much detail. Even though I only played it a handful of times, I did like those times I played it, dude. Like when that game hits right, it hits right, and I really liked it. The tricky thing with it though is that when we played it, it's still unfinished, right? Still in early access,
Yep.
and it was really buggy when we played it. The animations were fucking hilarious, but when stuff worked, it was really fun. I can see the skeleton there is really good. It's got good bones, that game. And
It
we
is
had
just
some fun
like
experiences, man. We got like a lot of really fun experiences with it too.
this is a hard one to place because it has potential, but you would have to be placing this based on you have to place it based on two things. You have to place it based on the experience that we've had so far, and
Hmm.
then also the experience you think you're going to have in the future with it, which is
And that
uncertain.
gets tricky. Yeah, and that gets tricky because like the same thing with Fall Guys, when that came out, I was like, oh, this game's gonna be big. Once they add more maps, they develop it more, this is gonna be a great, like, this is going to be a great once in a lifetime game, and then it didn't happen. And I
Yeah,
don't want Phasmophobia to do the same thing. Well, it is where it gets tricky. Because the game has a lot of potential, dude. Like when you play the game the way it's meant to be played, it's a lot of fun. That clip of me dying, I still watch. It's fucking hilarious. Like, and that's something you can only experience like in that game. So that gets really tricky, man. I want to put it on the list, but I'm not sure. I think I say we should put it on the list tentatively for now, unless something else comes in and knocks it off.
I'm going to tell you now.
Huh?
I'm tell you now.
Yeah.
This is gonna get knocked off unless you think it's better than Super Mario 35. Cause
Okay. Yeah, I definitely don't think it is. So
all right.
yeah, that's a good way to put it in perspective.
So I'll tell you right now, my
And
number nine. I got number nine, Ghost of Tsushima.
oh, okay, yeah, I can't beat that. At least Phasmophobia can't beat that. Um, God, and I don't want anyone to hear this and like think they should skip on Phasmophobia. No, it's really good. You should go play it.
It's good. They just,
It's really good.
I think it's just one guy is one guy doing everything. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. I know he added a new. There's like a jail map, and
Yeah.
he's like upgraded a lot of the like quality of life stuff. He made things easier to use, and I think like there was like he did one pass on graphics, so like it looks a little better now. Um, but still needs a lot of work. I'm hoping it gets there. So all right. So yeah, I goes to Tsushima number 9 for me. Um, Animal Crossing. Do you think it places on this list?
Now, I didn't play Animal Crossing that much this year. That's probably my wife's game of the year. I will say it is a fun experience, and I do love like the community that's built around it. But in hindsight, I don't think it beats Ghost of Tsushima or Mario 35. But again, it's not the game's fault. It's not my cup of tea. It's not what I look for in a game. But I can definitely look at it objectively and see like what the game does offer and what it does do, right? Even though it's not what I want out of it, it is still something that has value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we said this last week. Like that game was just right place, right time. It was
Yeah.
just very cozy for what everyone was going through at the moment. Um, it just hit. It just hit.
Yeah, and
Um,
and I'm not going to shit on it for doing what it does because what it does very well, and it's not the game's fault that it's not my cup of tea. It's definitely worth playing this year, but this is what I hate about top tens. Like, there's no nuance with top tens. Um,
it's our top 10. So
yeah, it is
what
our
that
top
means
10.
is like
So,
it's not a definitive like this game is better than this game. It's just
yeah,
this is just what we feel. This is what hit us the most.
yeah,
Everyone's gonna hit different. So
yeah. So I like Animal Crossing, and if you're listening to this, baby, I'm sorry, but it's not going on the list.
um so my number 8 then I've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Okay, I need you to tell me about this. I haven't played it yet, but a lot of people have been telling me it's pretty solid.
It's okay, so here's the thing. So
Here we
I
go.
think there's been a trifecta of the current Assassin's Creed with Origins, Odyssey, and now Valhalla, right?
Yeah,
And they're all pretty much the same. Now, I didn't play any Origins. I played very little Odyssey. Um and I played a decent amount of Valhalla. And I really like Valhalla. I mean,
yeah,
um in a way that it's you see I put it right below Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
because Ghost of Tsushima to me is like the old Assassin's Creed, where I I I, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but Valhalla is just it just hits it hits different, man. It just
The
like
combat looks really like visceral, and if Ghost of Tsushima captures that like sword mastery, like samurai Chinbara style like filmmaking, Valhalla definitely captures that like Viking barbarian style like combat very well. Like
yeah.
everything's really crunchy from what I've seen with it. Everything looks like it hurts on Valhalla. Like,
I like the freedom of combat more so than like just the combat itself. Like Ghost of Tsushima has really good combat, but it's real shallow, and that you don't like it gives you these stances, but you never use them in any case but very specific case. Like every enemy has a specific stance you're supposed to use against them, and that's all
yeah.
that is. That's all that system is. It's very shallow. Whereas Valhalla, you can get there's a bunch of different weapon types. You can dual wield different weapons. You get a
Hmm.
sword and a shield. You can get a flail, heavy
You can double
weapons.
fit shields too if you wanted to, right?
Yeah, you could dual wield shields. You can do the assassin shit if you want. Though, like it's more like combat focus more so than
Yeah.
the assassin stuff. But um, I don't know, just every part of that game just felt very immersive. You'll walk around and you'll just like there's always something to do. Um, and a lot of the dialogue and the characters have this real like tongue in cheek I don't know, like seriousness. It wasn't very serious. It didn't take itself too seriously.
Hmm.
Like there's one house you just walk up to where it's just like uh the father was just saving all his shit. He just had jars of shit all over the place.
Oh,
His like
like literal
family
shit, like human shit.
no, it was just human shit. It was just his shit. Or it was like pig shit. It was just shit. He was just collecting shit. So you just walk up and like the family's
What
like,
do you mean?
oh
Like you're not saying like random junk. This is like fecal matter. This man
yeah,
is
just yeah, shit. So like the family is just standing outside like, oh fucking shit, and just shit everywhere. And then you talk to the father and he's like, hey man, you gotta clean your shit. Or he refuses to take a bath, so you throw him in the water and he's like, oh, I feel so liberated. It's like that kind of shit. And you just walk up on like some random shit like that, but it's like it's always something interesting. Whereas Ghost of Tsushima, it just takes itself way too seriously the entire time, until they put out that multiplayer thing, and then that's where it kind of like gets out of its element a little bit, and kind of expands on its own lore a bit. But
Mhm.
even that, it's just not enough. So I don't know. I kind of like Valhalla just because it's just more fun. You know, it just doesn't take itself too seriously. But like when it does take itself seriously, the story is actually really good and really enjoyable. Like I care about the
That
characters in that game way more than anything in Ghost of Tsushima. Um, yeah, like
that
Tsushima
is.
just
I'll have to check it out, man, because like it looks good. Like I've heard a lot of good things about it.
yeah, definitely people are definitely burnt out in the Assassin's Creed games, and I can totally get that. Like this one doesn't really do anything drastically different from those previous games, but if you haven't been playing every single one of those games, you can jump into this just clean and have a good time. So
I had an argument with a buddy of mine today because like he sent me some meme or something from like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I told him like full disclosure, I never played Black Flag. And he's like, "What? That's like the best Assassin's Creed game behind like Brotherhood." And I was like, "I haven't played Brotherhood either." And he was just like upset. He was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Cause there's fucking like a million of those games, man. I don't know where to start with them."
yeah, yeah,
Like
and I
Brotherhood's
was
like a direct sequel to two, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. So like, why would I start with that?
yeah.
Why would I start with Assassin's Creed 2 Part 2? Like,
And I was I definitely took a break from like open world games and then got back into them heavy in 2020. So like I played these two games back to back, and it was just night
Yeah.
and day. It was night and day to me. The level of enjoyment I was having.
Oh
Not
yeah.
to say Ghost of Tsushima wasn't enjoyable. It's just Valhalla. Just it was just a lot better
It
in my
hits
opinion.
different. It hits different. Like,
Yeah.
do you think you would have enjoyed Valhalla less if you hadn't played it like right after Ghost of Tsushima? Do you think it's like being burnt out of Tsushima? You want something different, and that might have affected your opinion a little bit?
Um. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because they play differently. They're different enough that like I wasn't even thinking about Ghost of Tsushima while I was playing Valhalla.
Okay.
Um, like even though I hadn't played Odyssey in a long time, that was more fresh in my mind than Tsushima. Like that's what uh it harkened back to me. Um, Tsushima was just like it was just more just like I'm just gonna play this and finish it, and then this experience is done now. Like I didn't think about it after at all. So um, yeah, I don't know, but you know, it is top. Is Tsushima's definitely top 10 material. Don't get me wrong. Um, but yeah, Valhalla was just it was just it's just better. Um,
I definitely need to check it out then. For sure, it's on my list. I'll probably get it on PC if I do play it. And you telling me like I don't have to play the other games definitely helps out with that because I don't fucking there's like a dozen games out right now. I don't want to fucking get into that shit.
yeah, I will say the Valhalla does do the fucking. It does go back to like the present day shit. So like if you haven't played every Assassin's Creed game or at least Origins and Odyssey, there are parts in it where it goes back to like certain sections. And you're like, who the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on? But it's very minimal. It's very minimal. Like you, I just don't care about it at all. So, but yeah,
I'll definitely check it out. Another game that's worth mentioning, I forgot to mention, you talked about doesn't take itself seriously. Battletoads. I also played that this year. Mechanically, it's not the best beat 'em I've ever played, but the game's fucking hilarious. Like I haven't had a game consistently make me laugh like that in a long time.
yeah.
So definitely like don't sleep on that. Anyone who's listening, like it's on Game Pass, go check it out. It's at least worth a playthrough just for the humor. And if you got a buddy to play through it with, even better.
Well, I was upset because that game does not have online play.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about like we wanted to like stream it, and we found out there's no online play. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, they fucked up with that. So I have it installed, but I still have not played it because of that. So,
Yeah,
um, does Battletoads make the top 10?
absolutely not. But it is worth mentioning.
Does Streets of Rage 4 make the top 10?
Ooh, dude, that's tricky. So like, I really, really like Streets of Rage 4. Like I invested quite a bit of time into that game and I played it religiously for about 2 weeks, just playing with other characters, trying to learn the game as much as I could. But once I was done with it, I did not go back to it or think about it. But I did have a really good time with it. I know you kind of didn't like it because how hard it was. And the game does. The problem with the game is that every character plays so differently. If you're getting your ass kicked with one character, there's like another character that plays so much better, and the game becomes easy mode after that.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say easy mode, but I don't know. It's a Streets of Rage game. You kind of expect some level of bullshit, but I don't know. The bullshit levels in this one kind of I don't remember Streets of Rage being that much bullshit in my memory. Maybe I'm just misremembering parts of it, but there's
Now,
sections in it.
here's my beef with Streets of Rage, man. You don't have a dash attack. Axel, who's supposed to be like the vanilla character, kind of well rounded beginner character, doesn't have a dash or a sprint. So your only option to get away from attack is to do your get the fuck off me move, you know?
Yeah.
But that move costs health. You can earn it back, but if like guys are coming at you from all angles and you're spamming that move to keep them from hitting you, that's a lot of health you got to build back up, and it's frustrating. And I was having such a hard time with it. I was like about to give up the game, and then I unlocked Adam, who plays very similar to Axel, but he has like a boxer like dash. And I will say the game turned into easy mode for me after I got that. Like just that simple change of like having someone who can dash around those attacks just made the game so much easier. And I was like getting, because I already knew these characters like patterns and stuff from playing with Axel. That I started over with Adam just to kind of get a feel for him, and I was clearing a whole like levels without getting hit. Like it was insane, like how much easier it was. So
is
for
it
me at
better?
least, it definitely became easy mode.
Is it
Is
better
it?
than Super Mario 35?
Oh God, that's where it gets tricky, man. Because like, I don't want to say it's better than Ghost of Tsushima, but I will say I think I had more fun with Streets of Rage than Super Mario 35. Because it was like everything I wanted from a beat 'em up. And I did play it like obsessively. I definitely put more time into Streets of Rage than I did Super Mario 35. So by that logic, I'll say it does bump Super Mario 35 off the list. What about you? I know you haven't played Super Mario 35, but what do you think about Streets of Rage?
I really enjoy Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
Um, Soundtrack slaps.
Dude, yes.
Um,
The soundtrack's so good.
um, I would agree that it should be our new number 10.
All right. Awesome. There we go. So number 10, we got Streets of Rage 4. Number 9 goes Tsushima. Number 8 Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yes.
All right. All right, what's next?
All right. Now I got my retro game at
Okay.
number 7 here. Uh, Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon 2.
See, I haven't played that yet, but I want to. I want to so bad. I liked Curse of the Moon 1. I will argue I thought Curse of the Moon 1 was more fun than Ritual of the Night.
No, that's yeah, definitely.
I haven't played Curse of the Moon 2, but it looks so good, dude. Like all the original characters come back, right? And then you have all
Everyone,
these new characters to play with.
yeah, everyone comes back. You can switch between them. Like they all have their own health bar.
Yeah.
So it's like Castlevania 2, or Castlevania 3, right? Wait,
Yeah.
which one? Simon's
Yeah, that's the one.
the one where you
Simon's
can
Quest
switch
was,
character. Yeah.
that was 3.
So like yeah, you can switch characters. They all have their own health bar. They all have their own abilities. So it's kind of like you gotta kind of strategize what characters you use in which situation, which ones you let die first. Because once you let one die, they're dead for good until everyone dies,
Or until you beat the level, right?
or until you beat the level. Yeah. So you could fuck yourself by like trying to get up to the boss, and then your good characters die, and then you don't have them to use for the boss. So it's it's a good balance, man. It's a really good game. Again, soundtrack slaps, and it's just fucking difficult as all hell, like a good Castlevania game should be.
I played Circle of the Moon, and I played through it twice. I know, like, there's like 4 different ways to play through it, but I played through it twice. Once saving everybody, and there's a secret option where you could like kill them, and instead of having them on your team, what's his name? The sword guy. What's his name? Zandatsu, something like that.
Yeah,
Hold on, I gotta look him up. But yeah, instead of like Zangetsu, that's his name. So instead of having another team member, you still have Zangetsu, but he learns like a new ability now to make up for that lack of team member. And I think like that's genius, dude. Does Curse of the Moon 2 have something similar to that?
Um, I don't remember. I don't remember. Well, I didn't play. I didn't play through it twice. Um, I only played through it one time, but I should go through it again. But but yeah, I don't know. The once was enough. I think like that shit's fucking difficult and stressful. um, but but yeah, I don't know. There's like not there's not enough like Streets of Rage is probably like the closest, but that game like was like unfair difficult.
I will
Um,
argue it was unfair up until like I got Adam. Then the game felt great to me.
yeah,
Like
Curse of
I
the
was
Moon
actually
at
very
least.
pissed off with like how much easier it got when I could fucking dash around.
Yeah, Curse of the Moon like has sections that like are kind of fuck you, but at the same time, you can always like find a way around. It's always like your fault when shit happens. So you kind of like gotta like strategize um your way through it. So I don't know. I like it. That's just pure fucking gameplay right there, and that's what I like. So
Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. I am gameplay focused, and I think that makes a good number 7 on the list there. Yeah, for sure.
number 6. Now the top 6 here. This is where the shit gets real. So maybe not 6, but definitely with the top 5. But 6, I got Genshin Impact.
I have not played Genshin Impact, but let's hear your justification there for number 6.
Well, it's a free to play Chinese gotcha game built in the stylings of Breath of the Wild, and it's just extremely high quality. It's an extremely high quality experience for a free to play game. Um, that's really all there is to it. Um, Now, I don't totally agree with the business model. Actually, I stopped playing it because of the business model, but that I cannot deny the level of quality that the game uh, presents the player with. It's surprisingly high quality. Um, multiple voice multiple voice acting tracks, so full English, Japanese, Chinese. I think there's even Korean voice tracks in there. Um, Soundtrack extremely good. Um, there's a lot of Chinese influence in the soundtrack and some of the locations even. Um, there's like Japanese influence locations. Like just the level of variety in the game is just top notch. The graphics top notch, sound
Mm-hmm.
design top notch. Like everything about it is just top notch, which is again surprising because it's free to play. It's Chinese, and it's a gotcha game. Like they're trying to make that money, but at the same time they didn't skimp on the quality. Um, and I don't know. I gotta commend them for that at the very least. So
Okay, that's a good defense to put on the game, and for sure, then you think it deserves a higher spot than like Streets of Rage 4, Circle of the Moon 2, Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, even with the gotcha mechanic, I
there
don't
was a
think it
moment
does
there was a moment in time where I thought I would play this game for the rest of my life. Like I thought it was gonna be my new PSO. Like I'm like, oh, this is it, guys. Like this is it. This is my weeb game for the rest of my life. Um,
that.
and it almost had me, but like there's a real good story too. Like
Mm.
everything's voice acted. There's a good story. It's just
Yeah,
I
I
got to
keep
a
seeing the
point.
commercials for it, and there's like, I was surprised. There's a lot more story there than I expected.
Yeah. Now the problem. Now this is probably my number one, right?
Uh,
But they done fucked it up because they just gate. There's a lot of gates in this game that they gate the story behind bullshit.
mm-hmm,
Basically, they force you to do bullshit and get like a counter up, and then you can unlock parts of the story.
mm-hmm,
Like you have to do like dailies, basically. You have to do daily quests, and it's all just monotonous bullshit. Like, hey, kill 50 of these things or do some of this shit, and then you can like spend a token to unlock a part of the story. And I'm like, oh, you got to be fucking kidding me. I took a screenshot of it and I put it on Twitter. And I was like, I'm done with this shit. Like the one thing I was enjoying doing was just playing the story. Like that's just what I was wanted to do.
mm-hmm.
And you put a gate on that, and I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Um, so that's why it's number six, because they done fucked it up with that shit. So
No, that
yeah.
makes sense. It's such a shame too because you were super into it, and I was about to give it a shot too, and then when you started telling me they were gating off everything and how much less fun you were having with it, I was like, oh, I'm not even gonna bother starting.
It's not bad. It's not a bad. It's why it's at number six. Is because it's not.
Yeah,
It's extraordinarily good, and it's free
yeah.
to play. So you can just download it, try it out. You know, get your enjoyment out of it, and be like, okay, or keep playing and get sucked into it. But um, for me, I don't like when my content is gated off by bullshit. So that's
No, that makes sense.
now the top five here. Now look, we've talked about these games already, so I'm hoping that I can just throw these out there, and
You can come to
there
a
won't be
consensus.
much. Yeah. So number five here, I got Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I haven't played enough to have an opinion, but I mean, I haven't really played anything else to take that spot. So yeah, let's give it to FF7 remake.
Number four, The Last of Us Part Two.
Yeah, that's number 4 for me too. I would say.
Number three,
Oh, here we go. You're laughing.
Doom Eternal.
What the fuck? Number 3? Nah, just kidding. So why do you feel like it's number 3? That's number 2 for me. It's really close to Hades for number 1. I'm not lying about that, but what is your reason for that number 3?
I just for the we've talked about all of this, but the
You're
main
not good at it.
the main
You're not
reason
good
is
at it. It's
just
too
it's not as good as 2016. It's not as good.
hard. I
I'm sorry.
disagree, dude. It
I'm
is in
sorry, man.
every way better than 2016.
I
I
disagree
can't
with
even
that.
play 2016 now because Doom Eternal fucking ruined it for me.
It makes me want to go back to 2016 and play that
It
instead.
it flowers for Algernon 2016 for me, dude. I can't go back to it, dude. I tried playing 2016 again. I was like, God, this game plays like dog shit. Where's my fucking grenades? Why can't my chainsaw refill on its own? Like, I can't go back. I still have a pistol. Why the fuck do I still have a pistol? Like, I can't go back to it, dude. I can't. I gotta hear. What's number 2? What do you think beat out Doom 26 or Doom Eternal?
Hades.
Really? Huh. Oh, I know what your number 1 is. Okay. And your number 1 for everyone
Number
else at home.
one is Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
So I haven't played Ori. So this is if we try to argue this, it's not gonna work because I haven't played Ori.
Yeah.
Um, but why do you feel that Ori beats out Hades? Don't you have to justify Doom to me? 'Cause I don't think we're gonna hit a happy medium there.
Yeah.
But explain yourself why Ori beats out Hades.
Um. Okay. Look, man. I the top three here. Okay. Look, I still don't think Doom Eternal is as good as 2016, but that doesn't mean it's not fucking phenomenal. Okay. These top three here are the best of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They're very close. Um, but Ori is a fucking complete is a complete package, man. Um,
Yeah.
Now I'm going based on um there's two ways that I can measure this. It's um the length of time each one of my sessions were with these games.
Hmm.
Whereas like Doom Eternal, um I feel like Doom Eternal was just too long. I don't know, man. Like I would play like each. What I mean by too long is each level, each stage was too long. It just felt like each stage was dragging on longer than I wanted it to. Um, so like
Okay.
I would play a level and I would go, boy, that was fucking like 3 hours, and then it wasn't really 3 hours, but like it felt like it was. Like it felt like it took forever, and I'm like, I'm gonna stop playing for now and come back to this later. Um, and then I just wouldn't come back to it. Um, Hades, Hades was the opposite. Like that's one game where you're like, you do a run and you're like, fuck, dude, I got to get back in there. Uh,
Yeah.
I unlocked this new weapon. Let me try that shit out. Like that's a game where you just fucking you die, you lose, you go back in, try it again, mix it up. Um, like Hades is just fucking incredible.
It is.
Um, but um, Ori, dude, Ori was just like that was the game that I played this year where just I just could not stop thinking about it, man. Like I would play it and then that's the kind of game I played and then I would go, holy shit, it's fucking 6 a.m. already. Uh like that was the game for me.
That was Doom Eternal for me, dude, and Hades.
um
I beat Doom Eternal at like 4:30 in the morning. And I was at that perfect level of like sleep deprived that I was able to like get into the game. It was like a religious experience for me.
but so in unlike Doom Eternal in my opinion, Ori is better in every way than that first game. Um, where I do not think Doom Eternal is better in 2016. I just don't. Um,
I feel like that's something we're never going to agree on. That's like that is a point of contention that's going to like fracture our friendship.
this is where others need to get involved and
Yes,
like
I need. Where the fuck is everybody? I need someone to talk some sense into this man.
um uh
Put it on Twitter, man. Let's have a fucking debate here. Let's have a Twitter poll going.
it's yeah, I don't know, man. See, this is where yeah, we would need a tiebreaker in this kind of situation, but I'm just
I will give you Ori and the Will of the Wisp just because, like, that's not the first time I've seen it show up on other number one lists, and I haven't played it, so I can't argue against it. Um,
Hades would be number one, but I don't like it's I don't know what my hang up with that is, man. It's hard for me to say what my hang up with that is. Like I feel like it's a game that does and this is not this is not the best way to say it, but like I feel like it's like it does one thing extremely well. Um, but that's not
I
like
I see what you mean, and I want
you,
to.
but
I
that's not exactly what I want to say
Yeah,
about it. But
I think I can clarify it. It does that one thing very well, and the stuff that revolves around that one thing
yeah,
complements it.
yeah,
Like it does the roguelike thing very well. It's a very fun action focused roguelike. And the fact that the story is tied to that system is another plus. Like every time you die, you don't just jump right back into the fight. You're like talking to people, building up those relationships, like you're back on the Normandy in Mass Effect, and then you go out. So I see what you mean. Like it's definitely like it's one of, if not the best roguelike I've ever played, because the whole game revolves around that roguelike system.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
in Super Mario Odyssey
Hmm.
was my favorite game that year it came out. What was that, like 2017?
Yeah.
Um, and that's a game that does. You can argue that that's a game that does one thing. It's all that hat, right? But
Yeah.
the number of things that they do with that hat is fucking incredible. Like
Yeah. Oh
it's
yeah.
one mechanic that turns into 1,000 mechanics. Um, that's the same way I feel about Hades. It's like it's a mechanic, it's a central mechanic, but they extrapolate it throughout that entire fucking thing to make it so much more. Um, uh, but but Ori though, man, like that's a game that like I don't get any emotions out of Hades, right? Um, Ori just makes me feel things, man. That game makes me feel things. Like, I mean, other than like Hades makes me just fucking get that rate. Like, same with like Doom Eternal. It like gets you in the zone where it's just your adrenaline's fucking pumping. Like, that's one thing you get out of it. But Ori just gives me like so much like more
Hmm.
emotion, feeling. It just it's a game that challenges my just idea of what art is and what art can be in a video game. Like I don't know, it's just it's Ori just works on different levels for me, whereas Hades just it gives me just a base level of like this is fucking good, yeah, fuck yeah. Um, uh, I don't know if I've explained it that well, but that's yeah.
No, I hear you, and I see where you're coming from with it. I just haven't played Ori, so I have no way of like, arguing against it.
Yeah,
Um, I'm sure once I play it, because I like to think our tastes are pretty similar, even though your opinion's dog shit about Doom. Um,
I'm right about Doom. I'm right.
you are not, dude. You are not. But I will say that I haven't played Ori, so I will concede number one purely because I haven't played it yet. So I have no. I'm not gonna shit talk a game or say that my game's better than a game I never played. Um, and I have seen Ori pop up on a lot of lists at number one. So it's definitely I can definitely see where that's coming from. I'm downloading it. It's on Game Pass, so I'll probably download it and play it in the next couple weeks so I can have a full opinion on it. I don't know why I didn't earlier. I totally forgot it was on Game Pass. I've had Game Pass since like what, like March of last year.
Yeah,
But I will definitely look into it. It's on my list for sure.
yeah. It's yeah. That game's special, man. Moon Studios is two for two. I want to see them do something different though. Their next game has to be just completely different.
I agree. I'll have to wait and see what they do. Um, oh, that's it, man. That's our top 10. Like, from
Yeah,
number 10, we have Streets of Rage 4. Number 9, Ghost of Tsushima. Number 8, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Number 7, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. Number 6, Genshin Impact. Number 5, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Number 4, Last of Us Part 2. Number 3, Doom Eternal. Number 2, Hades. And at number 1, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. If you guys, if we missed something, let us know, man. Hit us up in the chat. We do this live every day, every week. Hit us up. Tell us what you think should have got number 1, or if you think we weren't fair to a game, or you want to help me talk some sense into wasabi. I'll put some, throw something in the chat, man. We're here for that shit.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'll probably do like a I can do like a community vote
Yeah.
game of the year list on the website. Um that's something I've been setting up, so we'll probably do that and see how things turn up, but with the user vote. But yeah, man, it was a good year for video games. So
Good year for video games. Not so good a year for everything else. But video games are pretty good. um.
not a good
So
year
moving
for
on.
Minecraft Earth.
No, Minecraft Earth is closing down June 2021. I'm gonna be honest. I forgot that was a thing. I forgot Minecraft Earth was a thing. Kind of like that Gears Pops game. I forgot that was a thing until they announced they were shutting it down.
Yeah, I installed Minecraft Earth on my phone and could never get it to work. So like I never did anything with it.
So, explain to me what it is. Like an augmented reality game?
It's basically like Pokemon Go, except you can like walk down the street and like build shit. Like the idea was really cool. The concept was really cool. And that whoever was using the app could like walk past your creations and or you'll be walking down the street and then you'll just see like a castle in the distance.
Mm.
Um Shit like that. It's basically just Minecraft but in real life. Like it's a really cool concept. I'm not sure why it didn't take off though. Um, I didn't even know it left early access. I remember installing it in early access, and um, yeah, it launched in early access October 17th, 2019. Um, and yeah, just I don't remember anyone talking about it or doing anything with it really. Um,
Yeah,
so
it's
they
another
were
thing I heard it get announced, and I just didn't hear anything about it afterward. Like no one was talking about it,
yeah.
which is kind of a bummer because it is a pretty cool idea. It just kind of sucks that it didn't stick around, and it makes sense. Like this augmented reality, Google Map based structure. It's expensive to maintain, so if you're not a hit, it's kind of hard to keep it going.
Yeah, but you would think. I mean, Minecraft is like the biggest game on the planet still. Um, you would think that they could just it just wouldn't matter. You would think it would be successful just by having the name Minecraft in it and being on phones. But
You'd think so.
I guess
It's weird how
not.
these things work out, man.
They pushed out their final update last week. They removed all real money transactions. They reduced the Ruby costs, which is the things that you buy with the real money transactions. I think um, they they pushed out all their unreleased content that they had in the pipeline. Um, they reduced all the time requirements for crafting and smoke. They just made the game like fun for like the last few months here. Well, I don't want to say like you ever play like on like a World of Warcraft like private server and it has like the experience rates are like 1,000 times experience and like 1,000 times
Yeah,
gold. So like you kill one thing and like your max level instantly, and
yeah.
you just buy everything. That's kind of what they're doing with this at the end here.
Hmm.
Um, and then also they said if you ever made a purchase in Minecraft Earth, you get a free copy of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool. That is cool. Good for them. Good for
So
them.
they will be shutting down officially on June 30th and deleting everything on July 1st. So yeah. So rip rip Minecraft Earth.
Yep. For those of you who haven't had a chance to try it, I mean, now's the perfect time to try it, at least.
Yeah, try it out. I'll probably load it back up and see if I can get anything happening with it. But um, it was just confusing. I didn't know what the fuck anything was. I didn't know how to like um do anything with it really. But maybe I'll load it back up and see if we can get anything going.
For sure, man. I might give it a shot too. I mean, it's free to download, so can't hurt to try it. And some great news. And I think this is awesome news right here. Nintendo acquired Next Level Games. For those who don't know, worked on a lot of games for Nintendo: Super Mario Strikers on the GameCube, the Punch Out remake on the Wii, and even Luigi's Mansion 3 they worked on. I think that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
It's
especially
cool to
because
actually,
like
yeah,
Nintendo doesn't really do this a lot. So
yeah,
when they do, it's like it's pretty big, I guess.
yeah. I mean, look at like old news here, but look at with Rare. Rare worked on a ton of stuff for Nintendo, and this Nintendo never put a ring on it.
Yeah, which I mean
So
they
now it's
should have.
it should have for sure, and it's good to see them learning from that mistake, acquiring a developer that works with them. Do you know if they bought out Retro Studios? Is Retro Studios Nintendo owned, or are they still like third party?
I think they're still third party. Yeah, because I know
They
Retro
are
Studios did.
classified as a Nintendo game development partner. It is a
Okay,
subsidiary of Nintendo, Retro Studios.
when did that happen
According,
though? They did work
according to
on like Recore. When did Recore come out? Didn't they do that?
that wasn't Retro, was it?
I
That
thought it was
was
like under Retro. They had something to do with it, or maybe it was like the guy who founded Retro Studios, who's no longer there, brings you. I thought Retro
yeah, it
had
was
something.
developed by Concept Level 5 and Amateur Studios, but not Retro.
Hold on, man. Now we gotta do some research here. when they brought that game, when they first revealed that game, there was a header that was like the guy that made Metroid Prime at Retro Studios. Like the very first trailer they showed for that game showed fucking. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, Armature Studios worked on Metroid Prime.
Oh,
Metroid
okay,
Prime 3 specifically.
okay. Maybe that's
And
what it was.
and hold on, I'm looking at it now. Hold up, I'm fucking something up here. Give me a minute. Hold on. I think I was looking at the wrong goddamn page. God damn it! I didn't wanna- This is it. Just so you guys know, we do this live, so shit like this happens sometimes.
But yeah, not much.
Okay,
Not much.
so Armature Studios had designers that worked on Metroid Prime 3,
Okay, so they were
and they
just
worked on the Mega Man X spinoff Maverick Hunter.
they were basically just using that as like a fucking
Yeah.
hey, these guys did that game that you love, so you're gonna love this one. And then it ended up being like not. um, I kind of liked Recore. Like that game was not terrible. It was unfinished, but it was not terrible.
I heard it was like a really game ass game, and a lot of people didn't expect that going in. They're expecting like this big like AAA game, and it's like a double A.
Yeah, yeah, but also it wasn't finished. They had to
Yeah,
re-release like the complete edition.
I remember that.
Um,
Oh, that was some shit, dude.
but yeah, so this acquisition is expected to close on March 1st, 2021. So um, who knows what will change with that? Probably nothing. Probably nothing will change. They'll probably just
Probably. But it's good that like they have a again, Nintendo has a ring on it now. So
yeah.
they make good shit. So it's cool to see Nintendo rewarding that good shit with actual partnerships and acquisitions.
Yeah.
It'll be cool to see what happens next year. Probably nothing will change, but it is cool to see it happening. And in the Game Pass hour, we talk about this every week, but I swear we're not sponsored by Microsoft. If we did, we would have a much bigger audience and be making some money off this. But I love Game Pass, dude. Like, you got me into it. It really is like fucking best deal like ever.
It's just a great deal, especially with like how cheap the Series S is. You can just get a
Yeah.
Series S and just have a bunch of games just play on it like right out the gate.
Yeah. We got some new games coming to Xbox Game Pass. eFootball, Pro Evolution Soccer. I think that's what PES stands for. 2021, their season update is coming out on Android and console. It's available now on Android and console as of this podcast. Injustice 2 is coming out on Android, console, and PC. Oh no, that's available too. My bad. Little Acre is also available on Android and console. Neoverse will become available January 14th on PC. I've never heard of that. What is Neoverse?
It
There's
is
not even a page for it on the
a
Game Pass store.
beautiful, a beautiful, fantastic game consisting of adventures with thrilling challenges. It is a strategic action roguelike deck building game. I'm out. That will test the player's
Yeah, me
skill.
too.
You
When you
had
said
me.
deck building, you had me up until deck building.
These cards get involved. I'm out. Start an adventure with unique heroes to save the world along various timelines. So
If they could take the deck building out of there.
yeah, that hits
Oh.
January 14.
Hmm.
Torchlight 3 is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be on cloud and console, Android and console, January 14th. Here's a huge one. Love this fucking game. This is the best walking simulator ever. What Remains of Edith Finch, January 14th. If you had not played that game, you are fucking up. It is incredible.
I guess I'm fucking up then. It's coming out January 14th on Game Pass, so now like I have a chance to play it. Also, I think it was free on PlayStation Plus like about a year ago.
It's been
So I
free on
probably still have
everything. It was free on Epic Games not too long ago, so you
I
could get
probably
it
have it on
there.
Epic.
Um, and then Yik, Yeek. I'm not sure how the fuck you
Y2K.
say that.
Y2K.
Y2K.
Yes.
Is that common nomenclature for that? I've never seen that.
I don't fucking know if it's common, but I've followed this game for a while, so that's how I know how it's pronounced.
Okay. So what
Fucking
is it?
dumb spelling though. They should not have spelled it that way. Y2K, a postmodern RPG, is a Earthbound / Paper Mario styled, Paper Mario inspired role playing game for it came out of like everything when it was announced. I actually talked about this game years ago on the podcast. This is like early podcast. I talked about this game.
The surreal JRPG styled game set in 1999 has college graduate Alex witnessing a woman vanish from an elevator. He soon rounds up a band of misfits from the internet to investigate her disappearance, employing vinyl LPs, cameras, and other oddities and battles that blend Twitch-based minigames with turn-based combat as they brave booby-trapped factories and puzzle-ridden caves in search of the truth.
The game is something I've been excited for a while. And then when it came out, it was not reviewed well. A big complaint was the story. A lot of people complain about the story and the writing being very pretentious. It
Uh,
reeked, allegedly, according to some reviews, it reeked of like college level, like baby's first like postmodern art piece writing.
uh,
But it's something I was excited for a while. Now that it's on Game Pass, I definitely will give it a shot, at least just
yeah.
to try it. Even if the reviews came in pretty bad, I mean, I haven't played it yet, so I can be there to at least to shit on the writing if it is that bad. Oh, and then there's a
Yeah.
controversy. Like the writer was like shitting on people on Twitter when they were like commenting on this game. Like, so that's like a thing you never do.
Oh yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
like a thing you never do. But
you gotta learn. Gotta learn somehow. So
but yeah, that's it for Game Pass. Everything's coming out at least January 14th, so in a couple days. It's like what, 2 days from now? Yeah.
yeah.
If you haven't got Game Pass yet, you're fucking up. It's such a good deal. Like,
Really,
it doesn't
really.
matter whether you have an Xbox or if you have a PC. I know most of us play on PC, man. Like, it's such a good deal. Game Pass. Fucking a lot of the games I played this year were because of Game Pass. Even games like I've wanted to play for a while are there on Game Pass. Go check it out, man. Go get your subscription now. Do it. Go. Go.
Yeah. I don't know if you're still doing the $1 for 3 months deal, but that was happening. It's still
I
one
did see
dollar to get in, but
I did see a deal. It was like $5 for like 5 months or something. But that's only if it's like your first sign up
yeah.
with it.
You can also
So it
pay
is a,
for it if you use Bing. If you use Bing search, you get like reward points, and you can use those points to buy Game Pass as well. So if you just like search on Bing a lot, you can get free Game Pass and Xbox Live and shit like that.
Bing. You have to pay people to use you.
I think it's a good idea. Sometimes I
It's a
use
great
like
idea.
I use the Edge browser a lot, but sometimes I am like searching in there and
My
shit like
fucking cat is like jumping on my table. What is wrong with you? She like jumped on my table, tried to crawl behind my monitor. I don't know why. You can hear her like bell like ringing.
warm back there.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, dude, it's a good deal. I didn't know about that whole Bing thing. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah, they got a bunch of like reward, like Microsoft reward stuff on there. That like I got like 30,000 points and I haven't used them on anything. But yeah, trailers. This just in, hot off the press. Bethesda is making a they're making an Indiana Jones game.
Now, I was worried about this until I found out Machine Games, the Wolfenstein guys, are the ones making it. So now I'm
um,
like, okay,
yeah,
okay.
but
I
then
know you're going
you
with this.
keep
I know you're
reading.
going with this. Yeah, I know exactly where you're going with this.
Uh, Executive produced by Todd Howard,
There it
uh,
is.
who's let's just say he's never made a good game. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. That's a little harsh, but I mean,
The
come on.
scale, you can make a fucking roller coaster off the scale of excitement I got when I heard this. Bethesda teasing Indiana Jones game. Started at the bottom. Developed by Machine Games. Oh.
Yeah.
With Todd
Oh.
Howard as producer. Oh.
Oh. Look,
um,
one man does not make or break a game. So.
Tell that to Peter Molyneux.
Oh, right. You're right. I mean, look, there's a lot of talented people at Machine Games. They are working with Lucasfilm Games, who I think they just rebranded as well. They have everything, all their Lucas stuff is now under the umbrella Lucasfilm Games. So there's a lot of talented people here. So I I'm hopeful. I fucking love those Wolfenstein games. And
Dude, me too.
I love that Machine Games is working on something different. This is entirely different. I have no
Yeah.
idea what like kind of game this will be. So this is exciting. So we probably won't see anything from this for the next couple years. So,
'It'll be cool to see still. I'm still excited to see it come to fruition, man.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's very different what they're working on. I mean, if they just bust out another first-person shooter, I'll be fine with it. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's not what they're gonna do. I feel
But
like
it's Indiana. You can't really do that. I don't think Indiana Jones works as just like a first person shooter. Like
no, I agree. That's why
that's
I'm
a
saying,
third person game. I would
yeah,
imagine.
yeah. We'll have to wait and see what they do, man. I'm excited. Anytime Machine Games works on something, I definitely give it my attention.
Yeah.
So I have to wait and see what happens. We also got a trailer for Hitman 3. I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't played it yet. I haven't played any of the new Hitman games. Everyone tells me they're good.
They're
I've heard
great.
a lot of good things about them.
They're great sandbox games in the same way that Metal Gear Solid 5 is like just an incredible sandbox. Just you just play around and experiment with different ways to kill shit. This is the same way. And they actually encourage. They have different. They have a bunch of different like challenges that you can do. So like it'll limit you. Like, hey, kill this guy, but you have to wear this vampire costume. Shit like that. Like it's real fun. You have to kill them with this giant dual wield axe weapon. So you have to like find a way to like sneak in a double fucking axe and kill someone with it. Like it's really cool in that way. Um, uh, like the
I'll
games are
definitely check it out, man. Like everyone tells me they're solid. It's on my list for sure. I know that's like my fucking catchphrase, but I'm a married man. I work full time. I don't have time to play everything that comes out.
yeah. Um, this is the VR trailer for the game, which is I wasn't sure how they were gonna do it, man, but
Yeah, we talked about this. You're like, how is that going to work in VR? And there it
it
is,
it looks
working
really
in VR.
cool. It looks
Yeah,
awesome. So
it definitely does. That's something that's on my list, man. The next thing I do want to get a VR for this computer, so I can talk about that a little bit more on the podcast. That'll be cool.
yeah.
That's not going to be for a while.
It feels like VR is like on a downswing, kind of. I don't know what's
Which
up.
bumps me out because I play with VR, and when I play with it, I'm like, oh, this is the next step in gaming here. Like
Yeah,
the jump from 2D to 3D gaming, this is what we're looking at here, from regular gaming to VR gaming.
not even. I feel like VR is still like in like the Atari age. Like they're
It
still trying to
definitely
figure
is.
out like simple shit, like how do you walk, like simple shit like that. They're still trying to figure out. Um, it's something that's got to just be done through trial and error. They just got to experiment and find the best ways to do things still. So I think if Nintendo got in the VR game, they would find the way.
I think so too.
I feel like Nintendo's
Well,
always been the ones to just nail it. They're on their first go.
I agree. We'll have to wait and see what happens with VR, but I have no doubt in my mind that if it gets handled well, this could be like the next step in gaming. Um, Speaking of next step in gaming, Fall Guys has a trailer. Uh,
Yeah,
all jokes aside, we talked about this earlier. There's a Doom costume coming out for it, which this trailer makes Fall Guys look like a lot more fun than it really is.
yeah. Game is
Um,
not this. This is not that game.
it felt like that the first time I played it, but it was
yeah,
definitely not like that the second, third, and fifth time I played it.
yeah.
Um, the Doom
I
costumes are cool as hell. I love me some Doom, but that's not enough to get me to go back into it.
yeah. It's a costume. Like if they had Doom themed maps, that would be cool. Uh,
I would be all over that, dude. Doom theme maps. Oh
or if they had
yes,
like
man.
Doom enemies flying, like a Caco demon that you had to like jump past or shit. Man, now I'm just like thinking like I should be on the development team for this for that idea. You guys should fucking steal that and fucking because that's a genius idea. I don't mean to
Yeah,
stroke
you
my
can
own
have that
ego
idea.
right there.
That's a great idea. That's what I thought this trailer was for when I
Yeah,
saw it. And then like, oh no, we're gonna fucking release a trailer for costumes. What the
yeah.
fuck? Like, why?
See, if this was Fortnite, they would have like maps. They would have shit in the map. Like Fortnite,
Yeah.
I feel like has been iterating very quickly and very well on their shit, man. It's that's the thing that Fortnite did right that Fall Guys is doing wrong is that they're not like they're not iterating enough on their ideas. Like a costume is one thing, but have like put shit in the map. Like have like live events like that game does. Like it's a night and day difference.
Yeah. And we'll have to wait and see if they do something with it. But I feel like at this point, like it might be too late, dude.
Yeah, yeah. They could always bring it back.
Yeah.
If you remember how Fortnite launched,
Yeah.
that game wasn't looking too hot in the beginning as well. So
That's true. So I'll have to wait and see. It's gotta be more positive. In other news, we got a 14-minute gameplay video of the Medium, which that's something I never played. Of course, I didn't play it. It's not fucking out yet, but that's something I really followed. I meant to say I really followed because I didn't really care when I heard it get announced. But a lot of people have been comparing it to like, oh, this is like the next Silent Hill game. This is
well,
Silent Hill.
it's those guys. It's the Layers of Fear guys,
Yeah,
which they have two extremely successful games under their belt.
yeah.
Um, they did Observer, right? Was that them? Um,
Let me look it up.
Observer is next level. Like that game is fucking incredible. Uh, I think that's them. If that's not them, then fuck it. But um, uh,
Layers of Fear was developed by Bluebird Team, and Bluebird Team worked on Observer. Yep, Observer,
um,
Layers of Fear 2. Ooh, and
Observer
Blair
is
Witch.
fucking next level, man. Like, um, the attention to detail in that game is fucking incredible. That's why I'm looking at this game and I'm like, there's this has to be something special. They're two for two already. Layers of Fear is my favorite horror game ever. I guess that officially came out because otherwise it'd be PT. But uh,
Well, they
and
also did
then
like Blair Witch, so you know, Blair Witch.
but that's like that's I give leeway when they're working with someone else's IP because like we all know Platinum Games is great at what they do, but when they get someone else's IP, shit gets fucked because now
Yeah.
someone else is calling the shots when it comes to that. Um, so this is all them, and I'm excited to play this whenever the fuck it comes out. I don't think they've updated the release date yet. I know it got delayed, but I'm not sure if they got a new release date on it. But either way, I'm excited for this. So this is
It
my
looks
first third
interesting.
person game.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I never played a Silent Hill game, so I can't vouch for if this is like the next Silent Hill game, the next like evolution of Silent Hill style horror, but it
I don't
looks
even care.
interesting.
All I need to know
Yeah.
is that it's those guys. They make incredible games. So I've also never played Silent Hill, but I don't even care. Like as long as I know it's these guys, I'm sure it's gonna be good. So
We'll have to wait and see what time says about this game. That's not set to come out till later this year, right?
yeah, they delayed it. So
January 28th, 2021. So 2 weeks.
oh, okay. Well,
According to Wikipedia, for the utmost accuracy. Um,
this will be the first Xbox Series exclusive. So that's
it is
that's
coming out on
exciting.
PC.
Well,
So
PC is what everything is on gonna be on PC for them. So,
it does
but
look interesting. Is it any word if it's coming out on Game Pass? I don't know.
I think it will be on Game Pass as well.
Hold on, I've got to Google it. Will the Medium Be on Game Pass. It will be included on Game Pass.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited to finally try this. Been waiting long for this, so yeah, it just it looks great.
Looks good. And if it's on Game Pass, like even better, man. I don't have to fucking pay anything for it. I can just go and try it. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. We also got a trailer for King of Fighters 15. Now, I like to think I'm the resident like fighting game guy here.
Yep.
And which is funny because I'm not even like that big into the fighting game scene, but I do like King of Fighters. Garu Mark of the Wolves is probably one of my favorite fighting games when I like Street Fighter 3. One of the things about King of Fighters, they've always been like second best to me for like Street Fighter. But because they're kind of aware of that, I feel like they try a little bit harder, mechanically speaking, than Street Fighter does. They don't have the same polish that Capcom can put out for their game. They don't have the resources to do that, or graphical fidelity or visual, goodies. But they've always had a pretty solid fighting system that I like. There's no gameplay for King of Fighters 15, so I have no idea how that's going to play. But I did play King of Fighters 14. I liked it a lot. In fact, until like Street Fighter 5 like got its shit together, I liked King of Fighters 14 a lot more. But hopefully, we'll see what happens, man. I like when new fighting games came out. I like playing fighting games, so I'll definitely be there to try this out once it drops. This is something I literally just saw this on Facebook like 30 minutes before we started the podcast. But Return to Castle Monkey Ball looks phenomenal.
Yes. So this is actually launched. You can play this right now in your browser. It is a monkey ball version of Wolfenstein. And it's fucking incredible.
It really is. This is not like a full conversion mod. This is like a standalone game. Like,
yeah.
And it looks phenomenal, dude. I'm definitely gonna check this out. Maybe later today or tomorrow on itch. So you can get it on itch.io.
You play it in your browser. You just go to the website and you can just start playing right there. It's I played a little bit. It's actually more difficult than it looks. Because you can't shoot anything. You don't get a gun. You have to like smack into the enemies to kill them. It's very interesting. I don't know how anyone comes up with this concept, but
I literally got it opened up on itch right now. I'm taking a look at it. Oh, it even has the difficulty settings too. That's cool as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm definitely gonna be checking this out later today. This looks dope as shit.
I'll put the link in the chat here.
So, fun fact: I've never played Monkey Ball, like ever.
What are you, man? Fucking living a deprived life?
Probably. Okay, there's a lot of games I haven't played. I will say that the games I haven't played is definitely more than the games I have played. I mean, I don't do it on purpose. I don't like not play these games to fuck with you. It just happens. My wife's played Monkey Ball and she likes it.
Monkey Ball is so much fun. That was one of the first GameCube games I ever played. Probably the first, actually. I think I got that, and I got Phantasy Star Online when I got my GameCube, and played a shitload of Monkey Ball, dude. Phenomenal games. There's a thing, Sega, man. I love Sega because they make, not so much anymore, but they make games that no one else fucking makes. Like they just have like a feel to them, that arcadey feel. that no one else even tries to emulate. It's like the crazy taxis and the like Space
Yeah.
Channel 5s, like they just have like a feel to them, just like the announcer, like the announcer and the way like the words fly in on the screen.
Yeah,
Um
dude, I love that. I wish more games weren't afraid to be games. I feel like games now are too scared to like be video games. That bums me out.
yeah. Um that's one of the things I love Sega for. Um but yeah, that's all the trailers we've got.
um, there is a game, or there's this game I want to talk about. One second, I had it on my list here. This trailer came out a couple months ago, but we've never talked about it on the podcast, so I wanted to bring it up. Give me one. Fucking forgot what that shit was called. I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah. There was some CES shit going on today. AMD announced their new their Zen 3 uh mobile chips, their laptop chips. So that's exciting. Crazy that Intel is just completely non-existent in
Yeah.
laptops right now. It's boy, the tables have turned.
So I found the game. It's called Midnight Fight Express. Check this shit out. I put it in the stream chat. It's a humble game,
What
but
are we
look at
looking
this.
at here?
It's like an isometric beat 'em up with this really cool looking, free flowing, almost physics based like combat system.
Yeah.
It looks cool as shit, dude. I am
Wow.
super into this. This got announced back in August, and we've never talked about it. Um, it's supposed to be coming out this year. I've already wish listed it, and it looks fucking phenomenal. Those of you who like action movies, it recreates a lot of action movie set pieces. The church from Kingsman is in there. The bathroom from Mission Impossible is in there. So it recreates a lot of those and just lets you go hog wild in it. It looks dope, dude. Like I'm really into this. I just wanted to give that game a quick 15 seconds of fame there.
Yeah. That's a humble game too.
Yeah.
So
The game's in pre-alpha right now. That's all the footage we're seeing. But this looks fun as hell, dude. Like I love me some fighting games. I love me some beat 'em ups. And this looks like it's taking all those boxes for me, man.
yeah, that shit looks crazy.
The environments are cool. Like that dude got slammed through a sink. That looked cool as hell. Like I'm into this. Like that's all I can say, man. I'm into it. I can't wait to see what this game turns into.
Yeah. Midnight Fight Express. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that to the wish list. That is like 800 games strong now.
For sure, man. And we got some new releases coming out. Five Nights at Freddy's Core Collection comes out today on Switch, PS4, Xbox One. We talked about Five Nights at Freddy's a little bit. We're not, how can I word it? We're not fans of the game, I should say. I've never played any of these fucking games.
I played the
Uh,
first one for like a couple
yeah,
minutes. um uh this game has the Guinness World Record for the largest number of sequels released in 1 year.
yeah, because didn't like fucking all four of them come out the same year or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Um, this core collection is going to be a collection of like the core Five Nights at Freddy's games. I don't fucking know which ones they are, so don't ask me. I know there's like some turn-based RPG spin-off that came out for free. I don't think that's going to be in that collection. Um, And I noticed as I said that how ridiculous it sounded, but that's a thing that happened. Um,
Yeah,
but it's coming out on Switch, PS4, Xbox One. I don't know how it's going to play, honestly, because those games have always been on PC and mobile, right? Because you're like, you have all this shit you need to look at, these like cameras you need to look through,
yeah.
doors you need to lock.
This
I
game better
don't
be
know.
like $2. If it's like if it's anything more than like $5, I'm not gonna do anything. But
I was just here, I could do
uh,
shit. People are going
I'm
to
not gonna
buy
do
it.
shit. But it will be interesting to see the
Did it,
price
wasn't
of
this
this.
game like $20 when it came out?
I think they were like $2 when they came out, like individually. They were cheap. I know that.
Ooh. Um, the Five Nights at Freddy's Core Collection for the Nintendo Switch is currently going for $40 on Amazon.
Oh my fucking god.
It includes
Well,
Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 4 and Sister Location.
well, if you're a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, there you go.
And the new Five Nights at Freddy's, the 3D one, what's it called? Help Wanted, is coming out for $30.
That's insane. I mean, at least, that
Uh,
one at least looks like it's worth $30.
I mean, these games came out on mobile, dude. I don't think there's any reason to cost that much.
Yeah, just get it on your
Yeah,
phone.
each game is like $5, $8. So I guess that's cheaper than buying them all because Five Nights 1 is $5, and 2 through 3 are like 8.
But like, aren't they all the same game? It's like those like Neptunia games. They're all the same games. Uh, like once you play one, you've played them all. There's like subtle differences, but like I've played like two of them, and I finished one of them, and I have all of them, and they're all the same. So like I
So so here's something that's funny. I'm doing the math here because yeah, of course I'm gonna do the math here. And Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is $5. 2 through 3 are like 8, and then Sister Location is 8. If you do the math there, that is like $37. So it's a little bit cheaper to buy them all individually than it is to buy that collection on Switch.
or you could like wait for like a Steam sale
Yeah.
where they'll be even cheaper because those games have been down to like single digits.
I mean, they're single digits now. They're $5 and $8.
um, but yeah, so yeah, that's Five Nights at Freddy's Core Collection, Switch, PS4, Xbox One. Don't probably don't waste your money. I would say.
Yeah. I mean, that game runs on a toaster, dude. You could, like, if you have, like, some fucking bargain bin PC, you can run those games. If you have a smartphone, you can run those games.
Yeah.
Don't waste your console space. Don't waste your shelf space buying it. At least I think so. Unless it came with like some collectible stuff, then I can see maybe that'd be worth picking up physically, but I'm not seeing that here, so don't waste your time.
Uh,
And we also have MXGP 2020 coming out on PS5 January 14th. I've never heard of this game. Well, how can I word it? I've heard of them. There's motocross games,
dirt
but
bikes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my cup of tea. I'm sure there's someone out there who's like counting down the days for this to come out on PS5. I'm sure there's someone
Yeah.
out there who bought a PS5 for this game, but
Shouts out to Windham on YouTube for this footage. Um, boy, this looks like one of those games.
yeah, that's all I could say about it. It looks like one of those games.
It
Um,
looks bad, man. It doesn't look like this should be releasing in 2021. Uh,
Is this the PS5 footage? Don't tell me that's the PS5 footage.
it doesn't say.
I mean,
It
it came
doesn't
out
say.
this that video's from December of last year, so I doubt that's the PS5 footage.
Yeah, but even if it was, do we really expect much? Well, it's okay. Let me do my due diligence and see if I can find some PS5 footage here. How about that? Let's give it a fair fucking.
Oh, here we go. First
Let
look
me.
gameplay. Oh, that's 2021 though.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, I
Okay. Here
think
we go.
2021 is the date. I think like
PS5 here.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, just look at the PS5 one. Whatever. That one I know for sure is the same game we're talking about. Is it fucked up these games? Oh god, that this is on the same system that's running. Oh god, I don't like the way this looks. Turn it off. Like that's gross. Um,
Do I am streaming it? It's not. It's not at 1080p. It's not
this is
at
the
the
same
resolution.
system that has Demon Souls, man. The Demon Souls remaster.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, I don't.
PS4 has The Last of Us Part 2, and that ain't no
Yeah,
slouch. So,
yeah. That I mean, I hope whoever's buying that game isn't buying it for the graphical fidelity. Um, and it's some news, something I actually want to play. We have the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game coming out January 14th. This, for those of you who don't know, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is a fucking phenomenal comic book that was made into a fucking phenomenal movie back in 2009, 2010. And it had a phenomenal beat 'em up made by Ubisoft to come out at the same time. Um, licensing issues, the game was delisted from the store. And it's been like, what, 8 years since it got delisted?
it's been a while.
Yeah. And now it's back, man. And not just that, but it's the complete edition. So it comes out with all the DLC as well that came out for Scott Pilgrim. It looks. I love this game. I'm definitely gonna be picking this up because one, I love beat 'em
Yeah.
ups. I love Scott Pilgrim. I played the Scott Pilgrim game back when it came out, and I fucking loved it. So I can't wait to see this come out. I'm debating if I want to get it on Switch or PC because this game feels like it was made for the Switch. But we'll see what
Yeah.
happens, man.
If you never played this, it's basically River City Rampage.
It is. It's
Yeah.
absolutely River City Rampage, but it has music from Anna Monoguchi, who, if you never heard of them, are fucking phenomenal. They're one of the best like chip tune artists I've ever listened to.
Yeah.
Um, they make some good shit, dude. I love me some Anna Monoguchi. They're fucking. What was that fucking album they did? I can't remember. They did this album that I listened to.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Shut the fuck up. Endless Fantasy. When Endless Fantasy came out 2013, I was still in college. I was still coding, and I would listen to that on repeat during coding sessions. It was really good. Seriously, check them out. Check this game out. It's coming out in 2 days, the 14th. And those of you who have played it, but you're like worried, what if it gets delisted again? Limited Run Games is doing a physical release for it. So that's something to look into if you really, really want to pick up something physical. You can look into that. Don't sleep on this game, dude. I love this game, and I'm excited to see it coming back.
Yeah. Hopefully they have the online play here.
Yeah, because that's one thing.
Um,
The original one, I don't think the original one had online play, right? It was all couch co-op.
I think so. So that's a big thing for me for beat 'em ups in the current year. Is that I need online play, man. Like couch co-op is kind of a dead. Now I like when games do have couch co-op, but you gotta have that online now. It's a different time.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to quarantine with couch co-op, but
Yeah, I know Steam has a couch. You can do couch co-op online.
yeah, I heard about that.
Um, but I haven't gotten to try it with anything yet. I know like they have retro. You can do it in RetroArch, where you can play. You can like send the game to like your friends list, and then they just jump in as player two on anything, which is cool as fuck. Um,
But if it's so easy to do, a third party tool can do it for you. Just fucking build it into the game.
yeah, yeah. Or
I can't wait
yeah,
to see this game come out, dude. Like I'm excited for it.
yeah. I'm not really. I like the game. It's okay.
I love it. I think it's
Um,
great. You're wrong.
you know, I kind of rather play River City Rampage to be honest, but that's just me.
You mean River City Ransom?
River City. Oh yeah. What did I
You're
say?
thinking of, you're thinking of Retro City Rampage, which is
Oh
like
yeah.
TA style
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
game. Um, if you like River, have you heard of River City Ransom Underground? Have
Yeah.
you played it yet?
I
Because
don't
it's
think that's
basically like this. It's basically this.
isn't that different though? I know they
I
have
mean,
like
it's
a volleyball game. River City started out as like sports games. Uh so like they had like a volleyball, they had like a dodgeball. Um they were like mini sports games. Um so like I
I
saw
mean,
like a
River
bunch of
City
those around.
Ransom Underground is like it's a beat 'em up like River City Ransom, but it's a little bit more updated and it looks cool as hell. I haven't played it yet. I probably should. I should give it a shot. It's in the same like graphical style as River City Ransom, but a little bit more, a little bit cleaner animations. It doesn't look so stiff. Fuck, I want to play this game. I'm gonna put it in the stream chat. This game came out like what, like 3 years ago? Boom. Like it looks good. If you haven't played it yet, I mean, it looks solid. River City Girls also is good. I've been playing that like crazy. I just love me some beat 'em ups, dude.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there needs to be more of these types of beat 'em ups.
I agree.
Um, oh yeah, this looks okay. Yep, this yeah okay. Yeah, I don't think I knew about this.
Really?
This looks fucking awesome.
There's a whole like Kickstarter for it because the guys like got the license. They managed to convince I think Arc had the license at the time. They managed to convince them to give them the license to make this game. And they kickstarted it and put it out there, and it just kind of came and went. I don't think anyone talked about it. And then River City Girls came out, I think, like 2 years later, and that got all the attention.
Yeah, yeah. This is gonna have to. That's gonna go in the wish list. All right. Well,
That's the show, man.
yeah, that's gonna do it. Gameoverse.com, Gameoverse.com/Twitch, Gameoverse.com/YouTube, Gameoverse.com/Discord. Uh, let us know. Let us know what you think. Tell us, uh, especially when it comes to our fucking top 10. We need to know: did we fuck up? Did we do it right?
Tell Wasabi his opinion on Doom Eternal's bullshit.
I think we did it right. I think our list is solid. But.
Yeah, it's a good list.
I'm going to be playing. I was taking a little break from the games a little bit, but I'm going to get back to. I think I'm going to get Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Good shit.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do PS4 shit. I want to get rid of my PS4, so I'm just gonna clean up the last of that shit. So Kingdom Hearts, I gotta finish. Persona is like $15, or like 25 or something like that. So I'm gonna grab that.
There you go.
Sackboy's Big Adventure. I'm gonna grab that. And just kind of wrap up the PS4 shit. So
Right on, man.
I will be streaming that either this week or next week. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. Gameoverse.com. That's it.